Did you know we live in an awesome time? Despite the economy being a pubic hair away from imploding and laws regarding our personal data are being handled by people who belong in a geriatric ward, there's never been a more perfect time to like, well, about anything. You like anime? It's fucking everywhere now. You like video games? Whole careers have been built around playing video games. Whatever niche obsession you may have, I guarantee there's a community waiting for you. Which begs a very important question. Where the fuck was any of this when I was growing up? Now, you see that speck of dirt? I was born on that speck of dirt. That's my speck of dirt. Also known as Aruba. Tech, pop culture, and internet trends arrived pretty late here. While the early 2000s tech boom was basically exploding everywhere else, it didn't really catch on here. I mean, sure, we had video games, but anime? Internet communities? Nerd culture? Yeah, that shit didn't exist here. A few things did manage to slip through the cracks of Seitar's shitty excuse for a broadcast system. Things like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z. What you guys called Captain Tsubasa, we called Super Campeones. But unlike today, liking them didn't make you look cool. It made you look weird. And that last word matters because this culture was in hiding. The culture that did thrive, however, was loud, aggressive, and was wary of anything new and or exciting. Mostly influenced by reggaeton and gangster rap, this gave rise to a stereotype we call the buchi. This is how you spot a buchi in the wild. He is often seen revving loud motorcycles in public areas in order to establish dominance and mask his raging homosexuality. His habitats also includes Chinese store parking lots, the liquor store, Gas Casuela, and causing a general nuisance in Rotterdam and The Hague. One might also spot him with his 4 children from 3 different baby mamas, all crammed together inside a 1995 Toyota Tercel. Basically, this demographic created an environment where curiosity was seen as weakness, and boy, I was weak as hell. Now, even though I was raised on a farm, my dad worked a lot with computers, and this snowballed into me gaining access to the internet, and that snowballed into me possibly giving my family computers some form of digital Ebola. Give me a break, LimeWire was a fucking minefield back then. Instead of liking Jayon, Rich Kalash, Emery's music, I ended up liking video games, punk rock, anime, and books. I spoke way too much English. I spoke so much English to the point where my Aruban accent basically disappeared. While I was sitting there enjoying my newfound hobbies, you know, having fun, little did I know I was basically painting a giant target on my back for an island full of people who have the emotional intelligence of a fucking brick. Now granted, I know I wasn't the easiest to get along with back in middle school or high school, but I could not catch a fucking break. I caught hands though.
Why are you listening to that emo shit? You should listen to Jayon, Swa. Why the fuck are you reading? Why are you so corny, Swa? Why are you drawing cartoons? Are you fucking 5?
As in, liking these things was akin to me committing social suicide. One incident I remember, I was drawing Sachiko, you know, the antagonist from Corpse Party, and the dude just ripped the page from my desk and proclaimed to the whole class like a town crier in the 18th century that I was drawing Naruto. And I'ma be honest, sports fans, in that moment, death didn't seem so bad. Now, you think it being 2026 and all, it'll be easier, right? You're funny. You're stupid, but you're funny. Well, I'm happy to report that it hasn't changed that much. Please ignore the fact that I'm in a completely different location right now. I mean, you get the same typical backhanded comments, but as you grow older, you'll learn how to ignore it. Just one that pisses me off. You are not Aruban enough. Mirumang din Cristo. I was born and raised on a farm. I learned how to play cuarta, studied traditional Aruban music since before some of you were even a scratch in your daddy's ballsack. And you have the nerve to say I'm not Aruban enough. With all due respect, which is none, by the way, I don't even think you know what being an Aruban really means. We keep ranting and raving about colonialism and freedom. Meanwhile, we locked ourselves in a cage of our own fucking making. To close this video off, I want to make it very clear. I do not hate Aruba, nor do I hate Arubans. What I do hate, what I loathe with every fiber of my existence, is the mentality that we have created for ourselves. A mindset
where anything that is different from the status quo should be and will be perceived as a threat.
However, in the defense of people who I'm pretty sure this video is gonna piss off a lot, it does not help that a lot of people who fit my demographic are assholes. Don't go looking at me like that. You aren't safe either.
Ooh, and I'm talking one of the most insufferable kinds of asshole, like, I'm not talking to anyone who doesn't have a degree type of asshole. Buddy, you were talking to a high school dropout who had to join the military to get his head straight.
I call myself a nerd, but I'm not smart. Some of y'all know a lot about gender identity, but
Get real quiet when you have to change the oil of a car.
this does not excuse a lot of the closed-mindedness that we experience on Aruba.
Just because you're a bucci, that doesn't mean you can't get
along with a nerd.
Just because you're a nerd, that doesn't mean you can't get along with a bucci.
Now, I kind of had something written down for this section of the video to close it off, but my phone and tablet are out of batteries, and I'm not going to charge that shit again. Bye.